In Spartanburg County, Bill Ryan is now officially the sheriff-elect. His race was uncontested after beating out a crowded Republican primary earlier this year. He joins us now live in studio ahead of his swearing-in ceremony on Friday morning. You've been big on trust and transparency, so I want you to map out your first 100 days. You said yourself you're an outsider coming in with a clean slate. What will the first 100 days look like?
Well, I've been very fortunate because the county gave me the opportunity. In a normal election cycle, you'd be elected in November and you wouldn't actually take office until January. But with this being a special election, the election ended yesterday and I take office on Friday. I'm fortunate enough that they gave me that opportunity to come in almost 6 weeks ago. I'm in my 6th week now. So I've already been working in the office. I've already got to know many of the people that are working there, getting to see what they're doing on a day-to-day basis. Unfortunately, I've not gotten to name my command staff at this point in time, just simply because I'm working through some things with county council. But I had some very good conversations this afternoon, and we hope to do that here in the next couple of days. But we've been constantly talking about what our plans and moving forward and just establishing that vision with them because, I don't believe in micromanagement from a leadership position. I don't believe in giving direction. I believe in giving a destination and in trusting those men and women that I'm going to have in those positions to take us there.
And in getting to know your staff, how do you rebuild trust not only internally, but also externally when it comes to the community as well?
Internally is not going to be nearly as hard as externally. They're excited about a change. They've been looking for a change. They've been looking for somebody that's going to come in and trust them to allow them to do their jobs. Externally is where I have my greatest challenge. And it's not rebuilding a trust in the office itself. It's rebuilding a trust in the office of the sheriff. And that's one of the things that I've been committed to with the transparency that we're going to be bringing. We're going to be communicating with the public, establishing a new community outreach. That's the primary goal that I'm going to have in a very short period of time. I've been doing talks in different areas, speaking with different organizations all across the county. I did 11 in 1 week just a few weeks ago, and just having those open communications are going to be the most important thing.
And let's talk about the open communication. So obviously the people voted for you.
Yes.
And I know they want to feel like they're a part of your progress or, hypothetically speaking, lack thereof in the first few months as you're figuring things out. How do you go about making sure that the community comes along with you and that they're updated along the way as to what's happening?
Well, just like today, it's just that open communication. We've got a PIO that is there, and we also have a great social media individual that's running our social media for us, and staying in contact with the public, making sure that we're putting information out, showing them where we're going. Those promises that I made from transparency, adding those things to the website for them to see, where we're performing as it relates to the budget, where we're performing with the audit report, coming into the new year. Those are the kind of things that they need to see, but just being connected to the public. And, we are planning a really big community outreach event in December. So really looking forward to letting everybody know what that's going to be about.
And I hear you saying you are big on hearing what people have to say in the community. So if you are presented with the option to either review closed or open cases that were handled under the previous sheriff, is that a possibility?
Yes, and I've actually had numerous cases that have come to me that people have reached out to me that have concerns. And anytime somebody reaches out to us and they have a concern about a previous investigation, again, it's like I told you guys prior to coming on air, I've got a clean slate coming into this office because I do come from the outside, and I owe it to the public to at least take a look at those, turn those over to our new staff and let them look at that information and see if there's anything that could have been overlooked, and we're certainly going to do that.
And the opportunity now for people to see the name with the face. This is your opportunity to say anything else that you feel is important to note.
The most important thing is just understand, the men and the women of that office, it's never been broken. And over the last 6 weeks, it has been the greatest opportunity for me to get to see those guys in action. And, we had a situation last week and I got to watch them respond to a potential active shooter, and I was there and I got to watch everything that they did. And, when those men and women were coming back after that situation, I saw the smiles on their faces. And what I got from that and what I took from that is this is just what we do. And I want people to understand that they've had to come through a very difficult situation over the last year, and just continue to support them. When you see the men and the women of the sheriff's office, pat them on their back. Thank them for what they're doing. When you see the detention officers, thank them for what they're doing, because they have served them at the utmost level over this last year through the hardships that they've come through. We're going to reestablish a different level of trust in my office, the office of the sheriff, but that trust should have always been there because they've done exactly what they've been called to do as servants to the public.
All right, you just heard it directly there from Spartanburg County Sheriff-elect Bill Ryan. Thank you. We appreciate your time, and best of luck on your new journey.
We certainly appreciate it. Thank you so much.